Hello guys, this is Thor here. Today I'm having a special guest from the Canada. Ooh, yeah. And he is being known as Mr. Beardo's Holy Man, a.k.a. Mr. Daniel, or Dan, or EntertainmentWF, whatever you prefer to call him. And he can talk right now to me. Do you hear me, Dan?
I love you, Thor!
Welcome, my special guest. How are you doing today?
I am doing splendid.
You're doing...
How are you, Thor?
I'm doing quite awesome because I'm talking to you, man. Okay, so we are actually supposed to do the top 20 between 11th place and 20th place. Well, the top 10 dungeons that did not make the top 10. The other top 10 list. The other top 10 list. So we are talking about the 11th to 20th place here. Somewhere between there. These are not being in order. They are just being randomized. I don't really have any places for them to go at. They are just being random because they are all being good, I think. And I think you might think the same. I hope. So, we should start out with one of the 2D dungeons here from A Link to the Past, Dan.
Yes. The particular one Thor has selected is the Swamp Palace from A Link to the Past.
Yeah.
Now, Thor told me that this is the first water dungeon that he played through. Now, there's been a lot of water levels that I've played through, Thor's played through, and Mario or even Mega Man games, and they weren't as funny as this one. At a couple of places you found you had to lower or raise the water to get further. And in one of the rooms you had to go through even a raised or lowered water level.
Yeah.
So now the cool thing is you got the hook shot in this dungeon, which is one of my favorite items. It's also one of Thor's favorite weapons too, by the way. You just poke away anything you want.
Hey! Oh, yeah! And it's working quite good versus the dungeon boss, of course. Argus. Yeah. And another dungeon from the same game. That will be the Ice Palace. Also from A Link to the Past. Oh yes, I really like this dungeon. Ooh. You used to actually, here you had to use the hookshot to kill some of the enemies. That's making it much easier. You know, these guys that looks like penguins. I'm not sure about their names though. I don't know if you know them.
Possessed evil penguins.
Yeah, this possessed evil penguins.
The teeth. Don't forget the teeth.
Hey, and then the dungeon had a rather long and a cool puzzle to actually get to the boss somehow. There was this specific room there you had to get this block pushed down from the upper level, or upper floor, and down to the bottom where you had to fight this Stolfos guy. I don't know if you recall him, but to fight him you had to use the sword and slash a head on him and use a bomb, or he could attack you while you are pushing the blocks. No, I'm just kidding. Actually, some rooms were more challenging than others. If you got into the wrong room, so poor you. So I recommend you using the combos.
Very, very nice. Very, very nice. So, that brings to the next item on the list, I guess.
Yeah, from Link's Awakening, I think.
From Link's Awakening, one of my favorites.
Yeah.
Now, this one has been known to be somewhat notorious. Now, this is called the Face Shrine. Now, if you've never played Link's Awakening, you may or may not have... You may have blotted this one out of your memory. If not, you may have some nightmares due to the boss of this dungeon. So, here you get the level 2 powered bracelet, and there's a lot of whiz robes in this dungeon, which you can only defeat using bombs. Now, it also had this bit of this horse head puzzle where you actually have to go lift 2 horse heads and make them stand raise up to get further through the dungeon. And the problem is, this is where we also saw where the floor tiles come out of the ground and act like they're crazy possessed. So, there's a fun mini-boss in there that throw the ball at you, and you have to throw it back at the mini-boss. I personally thought that one was very fun, but the in this dungeon, that thing is a thing of nightmares. Just a face on the ground and it totally goes nuts.
Yeah, he goes really nuts, actually. He was kind of cool. I don't recall the name on the boss, but yeah, he was kind of cool. He was a cool nightmare. And the funny thing is some of the ending. I don't recall his exact words, but he's one of the guys talking about if the winefish wakes up, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that what will happen. So you don't want to make the winefish wake up.
Yeah, exactly.
It's kind of like that. And then, another one from the same game, from Link's Awakening. Could you guess what dungeon that will be then?
Oh, that's a good question. Is it, I don't know, is it Turtle Rock?
Yeah, that could be Turtle Rock. Yeah, I already mentioned Turtle Rock on number 3 on the top 10 list. But this is a rather different Turtle Rock dungeon. To get into it, you have to defeat the turtle!
I love that fight, by the way.
Yeah, me too. And you have these red platforms where you have to move around on them to fill up some empty spaces to get chests appearing with the small keys and things like that. And you also got the, I think it's been called the power rod. Is it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, which you are using to melt the ice. And one of the cool things, there are a lot of mini-boss appearing around in this dungeon. But there's a new type. It's kind of like a boxer thing. It looks like kind of Mike Tyson.
Oh, that guy.
That guy. You got the joke.
Yeah, at least he doesn't bite your ear off.
Exactly. And do you have anything else for me on the top 10 list there, on that part?
Ooh. Well, if you've ever played Phantom Hourglass, Tor has listed the Temple of Courage. Now, this dungeon is rather funny, and it's the last temple before you get to enter the ghost ship in the game, where you can meet one of the 4...
well, you actually meet on the 4 witch sisters.
Do I? That sounds so dirty.
You witch!
Oh my. So you got an enemy which hasn't been in the Zelda game in 20 years. The Pole Boys. If you don't recall the Pole Boys, those guys, yeah.
Those guys, yeah, they were jumping around like crazy in the first Zelda game.
Yeah, and they just looked really strange. It looked like he decapitated the cat or something.
Yeah. In this game, they're kind of different though.
Yeah. But no, you got to make some sort of scream into the microphone, which would make it shrink, which is kind of cool, you know?
Yeah.
Which is a nice effect that you got with the DS, with Phantom Hourglass, is using actually the microphone.
Exactly. That's kind of cool that way.
And there was also a bunch of mini-bosses in here. There was the Mole War, there was the Green Choo-Choo, and there was even the Shell Beast. You can't go wrong with a name like that. Then I guess one thing that was kind of cool about it was the first time you actually get to stand on one of these platforms. They move around, and they move on according to how you draw it on the map. Because if you're not familiar with Phantom Hourglass, you use the touchscreen almost for everything. That's the whole fun of Phantom Hourglass.
Yeah, that's the whole point of it.
And that's just how you get to that boss key, which is pretty funny.
Yeah, I like the way they designed it. You just draw around on the map and that's where you want to go. Think about it, making it that easy. Does it mean I could go to you with a flight just by making a drawing from my place to your place?
Mm-hmm.
I
wish that was that easy, you know?
Me too. And finally, from the Spirit Tracks, we already had the Ice Palace. No, what's it been called now? Blizzard Palace, I think it has been called in the European version. But here, from the same game, we got the Fire Temple. Yeah, that's kind of cool. The Fire Temple, where we have a new way to get around, and that's using a minecart. Do you recall that, Dan?
Yes, I recall this.
Yeah, and in Twilight Princess, there you had to use the spinner as an item to get around. So this is kind of like another way to get around in the dungeon. It's very useful towards the boss, or against the boss, Kragma. Yay. And also, the puzzles were okay, but the Grandmaster boss, he made it complete though. I think he did. And the way you got the boss key to move around then, you recall that? You had to make it get blown into another cart.
Yeah.
And then you have to hit these switches or crystal things to move around.
Yeah, that sounds familiar, yeah.
Yeah, it does. And also, you got this little turtle as a mini-boss. A turtle as a mini-boss inside a fire temple. Yeah, the shell probably protects him. That could be logical. And to kill him, that's even more funnier, because he needed to hit some spikes or sparks, whatever that is. So you gotta make them bump into him, or him bump into them. Kind of like that.
Yeah, effectively, yeah. It's an interesting dungeon.
It is, and you have to go some places using the rope, the rope, and you have to hit some rods to get around. Yeah, you recall that.
Yes.
Using the DS pen thing, and you click here to jump onto that ledge or rod or post or whatever you call it. Yeah. So that will be the 2D dungeons. And for the 3D dungeons, Daniel, we got the Forest Temple from Ocarina of Time.
Woo!
Oh, and actually, before this dungeon, we had to do a little maze with this graveyard guy. I don't recall his name now. But you had to you got the hookshot as a thank you for following with me this entire little puzzle. So, to access the temple, we had to use the hookshot to get up onto a tree that made you drop down onto the ledge where you can enter the Forest Temple. And, of course, inside there, we got a lot of enemies, like Stallfalls. And they're quite cool. And they're being quite smart in this game compared to earlier games. They are having some IQ, I think, for once. And, of course, the puzzles here are being quite unique too. You have to fight 4 of the Pose sisters. So now we are getting close to where we talked about the witches in the Phantom Hourglass game. The 2 of them, you had to use the arrows. Well, actually, all 4 of them, you had to use the arrows. But 2 of them to shoot down the pictures or the images on the wall. And for another one, you had to shoot down this picture, and then it would drop down 5, I think it's like 5 blocks with a puzzle, which you have to move around in like a minute or something. Or you would have to restart it. Kind of bad. That's so mean. It's so evil. Oh yeah. And we got, of course, Phantom Ganon as the dungeon boss. And then we got something from another game which I haven't mentioned yet.
Oh, you're talking about the Wind Waker.
The Wind Waker.
Oh, definitely. You can't go wrong with the Wind Waker. Oh, the next one we want to talk about is the Tower of the Gods. Now, the Tower of the Gods was the temple that you had to encounter after you got all 3 pearls that represented each one of the goddesses.
Yeah.
So, in here, this was meant to be the trial for Link to determine if he was able to enter into Hyrule in his initial stance. So, here, this is probably the only dungeon you get to actually ride around on the King of Red Lions, so that's your favorite boat that likes to talk. It's kind of like some hallucination on drugs. But the point is that you got to use a lot of puzzle, and you have to use a lot of songs. In particular, you had to use the song to command statues to move around in a particular way, whether it be weighing things down, whether it be moving things through certain paths. You may found, hey, my statue keeps falling down. You may have to restart the room several different times if you're not sure what to do. But the boss in here, Godan, Godan is pretty cool of a boss. I personally thought that was a really nicely set up boss, although he has a sort of a Nintendo system of being just two hands in a face, but it worked really well. And the fact that it had fun little like bomb cannons, and the fact you had to end up really throwing bombs and whatnot at him, really made a big difference.
Yeah, he dropped both.
You had to shoot him, of course, with arrows, though.
Yeah, he dropped both arrows and bombs, actually, if you were...
Yeah, so you never had to watch out about running out.
Exactly.
He was really there to test you.
Yeah. And the second last 3D dungeon on this list here with the 10 dungeons is being from Twilight Princess then, as well as the last one which you are going to talk about. But this will be Snow Peak Ruins. And this is the only mansion that I can remember I played through in any Zelda game. I don't recall any mansions like this. And you got to meet the boss of the dungeon quite early. Would you imagine that?
Yeah, it's just,
Yeah.
you never quite...
There are a lot of freezards and a lot of ice and snow-based enemies like those wolfos, which only will appear when you are staying at the snow. So yeah, that's kind of good. And you got the Dark Hammer, it's been called, I think, where you got the ball and chain.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and to end it, we got to fight Yetta, which we met in one of the first rooms inside this mansion. Second room, I think, actually. She is being called Blizzetta, and she is possessed by this dark mirror shield thing.
The Twilight Mirror.
Yeah, the Twilight Mirror. And, talking about Twilight, we got
another dungeon from Twilight Princess, the Temple of Time. Now, this is often a favorite by many people. Now, this one we're traveling back to ancient times and going to the door of time nearby the Sacred Grove. Now, first when we enter, we hear the Temple of Time, that melody from Ocarina of Time. So for people that love Ocarina of Time like myself, this was just an orgy just waiting to happen. So, when you just go in, you found it like a large temple facility, but it had a lot of mechanical and interesting technological aspects to it. Found it had lots and lots of enemies, in particular baby and young gamas and weird little creatures such as, well, not little, they're kind of big, the Armos and the Dinolfos.
Yeah, and Lizolfos, I think, too.
But no, one particular thing that really stands out nicely is the mid-boss, is the Dark Nut. So you fight off with the Dark Nut, and you have a couple of phases where you're actually battling off with him. But the whole point is that you have to guard yourself very carefully. And then when you get there, once you weaken him, then you find you have to speed up things a little bit because he gets a lot faster.
Indeed, he does.
But the puzzle leads to getting something like the Dominion Rod, and the Dominion Rod allows you to command moving statues, and it's kind of fun. But at the same time, it was very, very, you have to have a lot of patience to do so. But once you got through all the puzzles, you found your way to an enemy that's sort of an incarnation of something you may have seen in Ocarina of Time. It's the Armor Gama.
Yeah!
More of a form of a large spider. But yeah, and that one was kind of fun. It was not too terribly challenging, but I would say it was still pretty fun to wham the spider by commanding a giant arm that had a hammer on it to smush him.
Indeed, I agree with you, Dan. So, yay.
But
yeah. But... Hello?
hello!
Yeah, you were going to say something. You said but.
But the key thing is, when you get the Dominion Rod, this plays a very vital role in getting into the next dungeon, the City in the Sky, which I think is kind of neat, especially after we've seen what Skyward Sword had to offer.
Yeah, I agree with you. Skyward Sword has so much more to offer than the City in the Sky. It's kind of like two different worlds, indeed it is. So, we are past about 19-20 minutes somewhere already. time flies away.
Exactly.
Exactly. So we spent about averagely about 2 minutes per dungeon in average. Talking about other things as well, though. And I really would like to thank you for joining me in my top list here of the 10 dungeons that did not make it to the top 10, but we were really close to get on the top 10 list.
Oh, anytime, Tor. You remember what you are. You're Megator.
Megator! It was a pleasure to have you joining me for this video, Daniel.
Oh, anytime, anytime.
Yeah, and I think you're gonna love the upcoming, which will be...
Number 1. Welcome inside the... what could it be? The ancient cistern, as you're gonna see here. And this is a beautiful dungeon or temple or whatever you want to call it. I think it's a beautiful place, and at the same time it's being so evil. It's kind of incredible. You got this big Buddha statue where you're starting at. And when you're looking at some, informations, some plates with informations, you're supposed to get to some gemstones, as you can see on this here, this information here, where there will be 4 directions, according to that one. So going back to where we started, inside the dungeon, and that one will reveal that there is a secret order to get further into this temple. First the back, then the rear, then the back of the right hand, and finally the back of the left hand. That's where we are looking at. And this is at the back. So we are starting at the top, and then at the bottom, as you can see, at the rear, and then on the left, the back on the right hand, there will be a left, and finally at the end of the left hand, there will be right. So the key here is actually finding out the puzzle here, how to get through this door. There's this way to get around. So top, down, left, right. That's the way to go. And I just like the way they made the spiders drop down from the ceiling and down towards the water. You can use the beetle. And here there was this puzzle where you had to jump on this plant thing, whatever you want to call it, kind of like a plant, and that will open this way, which leads us to get some, well, not just rupees but other things, like this chest, which will be containing a small key. And here, this is the mini boss of this dungeon, and that is a Stallfast Master. So using the bomb is the most efficient way to kill him, plus using the sword as quickly as possible. Stay a bit further away, and the item you will get from killing him is the whip. We got the whip, so now we can play like Indiana Jones. And using the whip you can make things turn around. So you can screw on this water here. Here is some information that look for the key that lies beneath the earth. So we are supposed to get down to the very bottom. So you're actually going at the top and at the below the earth surface. Yeah. And we have to close some water using the whip here. And there's another puzzle, as you saw there. There's some kind of cool puzzles, like you have to play like Indiana Jones here, jump around, turning on this thing here will make you getting sucked down into the water, which will take you below the surface. And here there's this bubblekin. Use the whip to get the small key, and here you will see how to get the boss key. Well, sort of. Yeah, you have to make the Buddha get below the earth to actually get to the bottom. But then you will cover the boss key, so you cannot get the boss key yet. Using the beetle to make yourself a way, turn around this wheel here to get over there, across the way at the bottom. This pink, yeah. Just follow the way here and kill the evil enemies. And then we have to turn the stone giant to its original shape or form, though, to actually get the boss key. And you have to go back down below the earth. So you have to go down where you actually came up from, which is kind of cool. Not often you see it like that way, as I can recall. And now, in a few seconds here we will see the boss key here. And once you have opened the chest and received the boss key, or yeah, the blast hat, is it? Not sure, blast idol or something? I can't read it clearly. The Buddha will suddenly just fall down, and all the evil bobblekins, or the cursed bobblekins, they will get killed. They cannot get to you, at least, though. And here, go back to the top and open your way towards the boss chamber. So first of all, you have to turn around this hand, turn it opposite way. There we go. Now we can make it look like a flower. And using the whip here now, we are getting close to seeing a famous, a famous enemy, which we have seen a couple of times already in the game earlier. And this gameplay here is all done by myself, finally. Yay! And I actually have gotten to the sand ship almost now. So I could have started on the videos later on than what I expected to do, to just get more gameplay videos on my own, but unfortunately I did not do so. And raising up the 4 levels there will make the head rise up, and you can enter the boss room. Enjoy this ending.
Klokka den 5. Har ennå ikke kommet meg hjem. Nachspiel med 4 stykker, ingen liker meg. Det var ikke slik det skulle bli, sa jeg. Da jeg var liten var det noe annet jeg så for meg. Jeg skal bli student når jeg blir stor, så bemerk deg mine ord. Jeg skal fortelle alle om at jeg drikker byen tom, og jeg skal bli student når jeg blir stor. Det beste på denne jord, ingen far og ingen mor, bare mye alkohol. Dager igjen. Jeg ligger i en fremmed seng. Sjangrer veien hjem for å lese til eksamen. Jeg husker ikke hvilket fag det Som liten så jeg ikke for meg det her. Jeg skal bli student når jeg blir stor, så bemerk deg mine ord. Jeg skal fortelle alle om at jeg drikker byen tom. Og jeg skal bli student når jeg blir stor, den beste på denne jord. Ingen far og ingen mor, bare mye alkohol. Jeg ringer hjem til mor, gjelda den stor. Stipendet kom i går med fortsatt minus på konto. Når jeg edru jeg konstant fortvilt. Som liten var det ikke det her jeg hadde bestilt. Jeg skal bli student når jeg blir stor, så bemerk deg mine ord. Jeg skal fortelle alle om at jeg drikker byen tom. Og jeg skal bli student